Is that
a very good question?
Yeah. So that's kind of unclear as to whether or not, that's why I was hoping, I don't know if you can answer that or if maybe there's an officer that you can ask.
No, I can absolutely get that answer for you. So
Okay.
You said your name's Jason, right?
Yes.
Sweet. I will go put in a call and I'll have an officer come out and talk to you.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, here's one now. Here you go. How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press, and we are coming to you today from Sedona, Arizona. We are at the city manager and mayor's office here in Sedona. This is the back side of the building of City Hall, and we're just going to pay a little visit on these folks here today and find out if they honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas of public places. I am out with my buddy Watching a Watchman today, and let me see if I get you a quick view of the neighborhood here. You can see those beautiful Arizona mountains in the background. Lots of red rock. It's beautiful country out here. While I'm doing that, time and temperature check. Today is Tuesday, February 2nd. It is 2:07 in the afternoon, and it is 63 degrees and overcast in lovely Sedona, Arizona. So you have Public Works. Very cool eagle statue here. So Public Works, City Attorney, Police, City Hall, City Clerk, Community Development, City Manager, and Mayor's Office. Well, let's see if anybody's home. Might be locked too. No, it's actually open. Front desk is not manned at this time. Let's see if anybody answers the phone. Yes, hi. Hi, can you hear me? Hi, how are you? I'm in your lobby, and we're just looking for some information about the ability to, walk-ins and that kind of thing in some of the city offices. Or are there anybody around that can answer a question for us? Okay, great, thank you. Appreciate it. So, officer will be right out. Here's their mission statement. The famous green box.
How's it going?
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My
So,
name's Adam. Nice
I'm sorry, your name is?
My name's Adam. Nice to meet you.
Adam. Are you a police officer?
I'm a dispatcher.
A dispatcher, okay,
Dispatch.
cool.
Yeah.
So my name's Jason, Adam.
Nice to meet you.
Actually, my middle name's Adam. So
Nice.
yeah, I'll remember your name. So what's I understand that you're doing like, they're doing like a phased reopening of the public buildings. Is there any way you can tell me like when those hours are, when the public can come by and just walk in?
Right now the city's open in person from 7 a.m. to noon for in-person they're taking walk-ins.
7 to noon, okay.
Yeah, that's the city manager's working and doing all that kinds of stuff. With the police department right now is open 24/7, so if you ever come in and want to pick up our lobby phone, we're always here to talk. But the city, they just have some business hours, but they're always available by phone.
So 7 to noon is for all city offices?
Yeah.
Okay.
Except the police department.
Except the police department, which is open 24 hours a day. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. And then what was the other question I had? We were reading very carefully the carrying of firearms statutes for Arizona. So they list specific places that you're not allowed to carry, and the police department's not on that list. And so the way I'm understanding the law is that there would have to be a sign outside saying, "Do not come in with a firearm." And then if there's not, you're allowed to go in.
That's
is that
a very good question.
Yeah. So that's kind of unclear as to whether or not, that's why I was hoping, I don't know if you can answer that or if maybe there's an officer that you can ask.
No, I can absolutely get that answer for you. So
Okay.
You said your name's Jason, right?
Yes.
Sweet. I will go put in a call and I'll have an officer come out and talk
All
to
right,
you.
Adam. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, here's one now. Here you go.
Hey,
how you doing?
guys?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
My name's Jason.
Jason, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And your
gentlemen.
name?
Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah, I'm a detective here.
Okay, very cool.
I actually came out to use the restroom real quick. Our restroom is shut down right now.
God, you gotta use the public one, huh?
Yeah.
So just a quick question. I won't hold you up because I know when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Sure.
But as far as we're not from Arizona, so we were reading up on Arizona revised statutes.
Okay.
And as far as carrying a firearm into buildings, I understand there are certain places that are listed as prohibited buildings in the state of Arizona. And then other than that, some place would have to put a sign up saying no firearms allowed, and that is enforceable by law.
Right.
So now what's the deal with the police department?
So it'd be very similar as far as I know and from what I understand.
Okay.
It's just in secure areas where there would be like metal detectors or something, it wouldn't be viable. But then again, it would be posted at that point. Like going into the courthouse where they have like the metal detectors or whatever, and they have it posted there, kind of thing. But other than that, I don't.
But so like here in the lobby, there's no prohibition from
Oh yeah, as long as it's not
lawfully
posted anywhere,
carrying. Yeah.
you should be fine.
Okay.
So I
Just
mean,
want to clarify that because that's a serious thing. Yeah, you just want to make sure. Yeah.
That's the great thing about Arizona, right? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
able to carry, so
Yeah, appreciate. And I'm sorry, what was your last name again?
it's Berkstead.
Berkstead. Appreciate you. I appreciate you coming out and answering a couple of questions for me.
It's nice for you guys to come down.
Yeah, thank you.
What
All
you
right.
guys doing here?
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what we're doing since you're being so cordial, professional. What we do, we do First Amendment audits on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
So,
be on YouTube?
are you familiar with First Amendment auditing?
I've definitely heard of them. Yeah.
Okay, you don't watch much of them.
No,
No, I could tell. Yeah.
I'm too busy with my casework to be watching YouTube videos.
There you go. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm sure they keep you busy, even here in little Sedona, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Plenty going on. But no, and we try to have very cordial, constructive conversations with law enforcement.
Sure.
Because as I'm sure you're aware, there's a huge divide between law enforcement and the citizenry these days.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that I believe that, like as in anything in life, there's good and bad.
Sure.
So there are some police officers who aren't doing you any favors, aren't doing us any favors.
I agree.
And I think those guys are the ones that are exacerbating or fostering that divide.
Yeah.
And I always like to say to police officers when I have a chance to talk to them that you guys are in a very unique position to police that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we hope that you do, because I understand, and a rhetorical question, but rhetorical statement, but I know it's difficult to, nobody wants to arrest another cop. Nobody wants to get involved in that or file complaints against another cop. But the one thing that I always like to say to police officers is, and I'll ask you this question, what do you think a good police officer's worst enemy is in this world?
In this world?
Yep.
Probably their own emotions, I would assume.
A bad cop. No, seriously, think about it. Bad police officers and bad policing are getting the good guys hurt all over this country every day, and I think it's a travesty. It's a shame.
Makes sense. I know a lot of good police officers, and I do know, unfortunately, ones that aren't so good. So.
Well, get them in handcuffs and get rid of them because they're not doing you any. They're not doing you any favors either, really. No, those guys, because people get angry with those guys, and then they come take it out on you.
Absolutely.
Just like there are some wonderful auditors out there doing a great job on YouTube, and then there's some guys that are doing a terrible thing, giving us all a bad name.
Right.
So, you know, it's the same kind of thing with...
There's always the opposite of the good, right?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you guys are talking about, so.
Right. So we just ask you, and I know, you know, you don't want to, obviously you don't want to ruin anybody's career. These might be guys that you went to high school with. They might be friends for years. I don't know. But what we ask you to do is if you see somebody doing something that's violating their oath,
Yeah.
and they're not standing up to the standard of law that they're supposed to be at, we ask you to take them aside, talk to them, and get it to stop. And if that doesn't, you know, do whatever you have to do to prevent that, because that's doing a solid thing for the citizenry, and it's also helping out other good police officers that don't need the rogue ones out there causing trouble for you.
Yeah, and you know, that's most policies too for police departments, where if we see an egregious act by another officer, that we at least talk to them and see if we can get that under control and notify supervisor, that kind of thing, but in a friendly manner, you know, if you will.
Well, you always have to start off friendly, and so, you know, the easiest path is the way to go. Have you ever arrested another police officer?
Close, but no.
No. Did he straighten himself out?
You know,
Him or herself?
when it came to the investigation, as much as I could say is that he only had little to no involvement.
Okay.
So it was more of a family-related issue.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure that the whole investigation in itself corrected the issue.
Well, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. That we're from Colorado. So Buckley Air Force Base in Colorado, in Aurora, there was a police officer on duty in his squad car in full uniform with his gun and his badge, passed out right in front of the Air Force Base, intoxicated, drunk, with the car in drive and his foot on the brake pedal. It was news, you can look it up.
Sure.
So what's going to happen to a guy like that? You think, wow, they nailed him, this guy's career's over. A couple weeks later, he's right back out on the street, no suspension, no docking of his pay, no consequences, no nothing, right back out on the street. Now, I know if that was me, I would have spent at least a few hours in jail, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's pretty typical.
and that really blows people up, because it's a double standard, and it gets people upset. So, you know, for people to see that you're held to the same standard that we're held to, does everybody a favor. And I just think that, you know, there's enough rogue behavior in this world, and I think everybody needs to get reined in and become very accountable, transparent, responsible. And if we all did that, probably half our problems would just vaporize overnight. But you know, it's not that simple.
Absolutely, understand completely.
Yeah. So we just, all we ask of you, and then I'll let you hit the head there and get back to work. But all we ask of you is to honor your oath, police the bad guys. If you don't want to blow them up and ruin their lives, I get that, but just make sure that steps are taken to prevent people going out and causing a hard time for the citizens and a hard time for the good police officers out there, because I know there are plenty of good police officers out there, and we need good policing in this country. We value good policing, and you know, we're not all about defund the police or any of that nonsense. Re-educate, continually educate, updated policies. This is a very fast-changing world, so all that stuff's very important. But, you know, I think keeping the bad guys in check would do you guys a lot of favors, and that's the conversation we try to have.
I agree 100%.
All right, buddy.
Thank you for coming by and having a conversation.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you.
Oh, yes, sir.
The camera doesn't bite, don't worry.
Ma'am, did you get help yet?
Not yet. I just need to pick up a police report.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to work, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Pardon me. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, I think you got to get this phone here. You can just call for it.
I got to tell you, Sedona, Arizona has been very, very friendly. And very concerned about people's rights, and you know, it's a wonderful feeling to be in a place like this. But that's it. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up here, right? Unless something else amazing happens. Always like to remind you guys, if you enjoy these videos, you like what we do, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff helps us out tremendously. Gets our videos out to more people, so more people can watch, enjoy, and hopefully learn a little something from them. I also invite you to do the same for Watching Watchman. His channel's doing great. He's approaching 50,000 subscribers, and let's help him get there. You know, I invite you to go over to his channel, click the subscribe button, check him out. You'll see a lot of extra footage in his videos and maps and all kinds of stuff that you won't see here, so take a look. I remember when I was a kid, like a lot of other kids, I told my father one day I was going to start a new newspaper and call it Good News, and only have good news in the newspaper. I was probably 10 years old. And his answer was, good luck, nobody's going to read it. And isn't that the truth? So keep watching these good videos. You know, they happen when they happen, but we want you to support these good videos, share them, spread them around, get the good stuff out there, guys. We need more good stuff in the world. And this is real. This is not major media. This is what's going on out here. This is real life. So spread it around and let people know that there's still some wonderful people in this country, wonderful, beautiful places, and there's some good stuff going on. All right, so we're gonna hop in the truck, head down the road, and see what else we could find for you here in Sedona. So coming to you from City Hall, Public Works, City Attorney's Office, Police Department, City Clerk, City Manager, Mayor's Office, watching a watchman, Amagansett Press. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. Out.